When Alicia and Jenna are in their cabin, and Alicia comes out of the bathroom and tells Jenna, your poos smell like baby poos. And Jenna's like, I didn't go poop. What does a baby poo smell like? Different than a regular poop? This is what I think about. This is what I want to know. Like, did she just fart in there? Like, what does a baby poo smell like versus just taking a poop? I don't know. Alicia, I don't know.
It's been too long for me. I don't remember what a baby poop smells like.
But it made me laugh. I was like, okay, all right. But no, you can't. Yeah, be a second stew when you're...
It smells like a baby. It's still coming out like, well, probably whatever she's eating.
Maybe. I don't know.
Listener discretion advised. Adult language and mature content.
Happy Friday, although everyone will be listening after Friday. But we're recording late on a Friday. Two queens, one screen. I'm Jen.
I'm Keeley, and this is a fantastic intro.
This is a really good one. I didn't say welcome back. But we are glad that you're back, if you're listening to us.
Yes, we are recording late because somebody had 87 birthdays this week in a row.
Yeah. My twin Gemini sons had their birthday on the day after is my husband's birthday.
Yeah.
And it was a Memorial Day weekend, and it was the end of the school year.
Yeah.
So it has just been nonstop. And so now we're into the summer, and I was like so excited that it's summer. And I was like, I'm so excited to not have to be driving my kids back and forth to school every day. And this is going to be just such a relief to not worry about homework and lunches and all that fun stuff. And then but now they're home.
Right.
And that sucks.
Right.
I hate this.
That's not fair. It's not a fair payoff at all.
No, I was
Sorry.
I was talking to Dad, my dad. He was saying, like, to the boys that when he used to have summer vacation back when he was in school and in middle school, he would leave his house in the morning and his parents didn't know where he was all day.
Yep.
And it was all fine as long as he came back before the sun went down.
Yep. That's
or like by dinner time.
That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And Dad said that that's why serial killers had their heyday in the 70s and 80s.
Sure.
Was because there was just this plethora of opportunity.
Kids running around. Yeah.
Like, how am I going to get there? I don't know. Hitchhike. Like
right. Or walk. Or ride your bike.
It's just amazing that you survived, honestly.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
So... Yeah, I'm not super excited. No, I love my kids, but it is hard to be with them all day long.
Thank you, Nia.
Thanks, Nia.
Thanks, Nia. I'm so blessed to have my children, and I love them so much. Why do they have to be here all the time?
I know. Oh, no. Okay, so some stuff that has happened. You and I have not ever discussed Summer House.
That is correct.
That's because I really don't watch it. I watched it the first couple seasons, but at this point, and I think it's the same thing that's happening for me with The Valley, where like there's not enough of a connection with their lives. Like it's these single people who all rent a summer house and get wasted,
just drink and have
party,
sex.
and it's and it sounds great. And it sounds weird for me to say that because I am amped about Love Island coming up. And that's just going to be young people who I have nothing in common with hooking up.
Yeah.
And that's in my mind what Summer House was. And then I just kind of fell off. But of course, you always dabble. If you're in Bravo.
I do dabble.
Everyone dabbles. Everyone knows. You're at least seeing the clips. So of course we know about Amanda and Kyle being an asshole, and then they're getting divorced, but then actually Sierra and her boyfriend dating, whatever, West, but then Sierra was supporting Amanda as Amanda's trying to leave Kyle, but then now Amanda's gone behind Sierra's back and been hooking up with West, and everyone's freaking out and saying it's like the new Scandal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my
good job with rundown.
That's my rundown that I haven't watched. That's just what I have gleaned from TikTok.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. And everybody was so upset about the whole thing. And I know of these people, right? Sierra and Lindsay, and I know of them. Watch it sporadically, but people were so just aghast with Amanda and West getting together behind Sierra's back. I thought, and the Summer House reunion audio being leaked and everybody's losing their mind because it hadn't been released yet. And so I watched it.
What is the audio that got released?
Oh, it was just Sierra going off on Amanda and Amanda telling her to fuck off. And it was, excuse ma'am. But yeah, so it just Sierra going off on West. I think there were 2 or 3 clips. They weren't very long. But Andy was swooping in going, I will find out who leaked this. It was just clickbait. It was, nobody's going to do anything about it. But
sure,
because people were so upset and I know of these people, I wanted to watch the reunion. I haven't watched these people. I haven't watched their seasons in years. And I watched the reunion and I am dead. I am dead. The first part, released part 1, I think it was this week. There's so much to say. So I'm a fan of Sierra even before, you pick a team, Amanda or Sierra, whoever. I always liked Sierra. But I'm thinking, this is going to be even better because she is going to eat them alive. And she did. So on one side of the couch, Sierra, Kyle, Lindsay, new girl named Bailey, and then the new guy, the Australian guy, what the fuck is his name? Ben. He's a terrible person. And then on the other side was Amanda, West, Carl, TJ, is that his name? And the other girl, new girl, Lexi. So Amanda and Sierra were number 1 spots right on the other side of Andy. And then West was sitting obviously next to Amanda. But first of all, Amanda forgot to do her hair. I'm not even joking. I have my hair up kind of in a messy bun thing. And sometimes people leave, if you have really long hair like you do, right? They leave the ends of the ponytail, down underneath the messy bun. Well, her hair, she had put it up in a ponytail. It looked like she'd pulled it back in a slick ponytail and pulled it up like this and hadn't pulled the last pony all the way through. So we had the bump right here and then the rest of the ponytail hanging out. And she left it. She just left it like that.
I saw a clip of her and it looked like she was trying to do this very modern chignon, and it was
terrible.
I don't know.
It was terrible.
What you would do? That's not what.
And then I don't know how many beta blockers or antidepressants she took before the show, but my God,
Raquel situation.
My God, she was even worse than Raquel. Just completely flat. Except for a couple of times where she told Sierra to fuck off. And literally, I thought everybody on the couch was going to stand up and just light her on fire. I mean, physically take a match to her. They were so upset. And they were like, who are you? What are you? Don't tell her that. Don't talk to her like that. And 2 seconds in, Sierra went off on Amanda, which was fantastic. Sierra went off on West, which was she
always
fantastic.
Looks incredible.
Oh yeah.
Sierra looks incredible 100% of the time.
Oh yeah. And West, I don't understand the appeal for that man.
What
am I missing?
I don't know. Okay, so I was going through Dutch Bros, and there was a girl as I was driving through. Do you remember last year when I told you that I literally like climbed out my car window to yell because I heard them talking about it?
Yes.
So that barista at Dutch Bros, she's my favorite. And she goes, "Aren't you the one that loves Love Island?" And I was like, "Of course I am." It sounds me. "Would you like to discuss this? She's like, "Are you so excited?" And I was like, "Yes." And then she asked me if I was watching the UK one. And I was like, I've got too much Bravo. Yeah. I don't have the time right now to take on another show. I've just been saving it up for Love Island, USA. I was like, 'cause I love Ariana. That's what I'm saved up for. And she was like, "Oh, are you watching Summer House?" And I was like, "Oh, kind of, not really." But like, here's my question. Like, because she's young, right? Yeah. She's got to be, the barista has to be like 20. Sure. So cute. I have 2 points I need to make. The first one being, I was asking her, I was like, "What is it about West? Like, what am I missing?" And she was like, "I have no idea."
Thank you.
Even when I watched the season when he had first showed up and he was like cooking for everybody, and Sierra was smitten immediately. That's the thing with Summer House. I will start the first couple episodes and then I give up. I didn't even bother this season because it was the season that Wes showed up for the first time and she just thought he was great. And I was like, I don't get it. And I turned it off and I never turned it on again. And now he's causing all this ruckus. I do know that he's shown up on my TikTok, and I know that politically he and I are aligned. So I was like, I don't really know much about him, but sure, good for him. But there's not, he's an Eddie to me. It's like, what are you, and he doesn't even have an accent. Like, what is he bringing to the table here?
Oh my God. Eddie is, an A++ compared to West. I don't understand. He is like the ultimate frat boy bro that has never
really
grown up or left the frat house and probably smells like feet and probably has a lot of weaponized incompetence going, "Oh, what do you mean I have to shower? Oh, are you going to do my laundry? What do you mean I have to do my laundry?" This is the type of person he is.
I just Googled him because I was like, how old is he? This is the first picture that Google shows you.
No.
This is a heartthrob?
What are we doing?
Someone, and now he has
this grown out half mullet Luke from the Valley haircut going on. And he is so fucking dumb. He's so dumb. And when Sierra was calling him out, he literally, there was nothing there. He was just staring off into space, not even looking over at her. Then he makes like a duck face with his lips. And then he starts doing this clicking noise. Like that with his tongue. Amanda looks over and goes, "Don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that with your mouth." Are you joking? You're how old? And you have to have another person go, "Stop doing that. Please stop doing that. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then he went, before we started recording, I went off about how I had a bad day, but people in my work saying I take responsibility. He said that when Sierra was going after him, he goes, "I take full responsibility. What else do you want me to do?" That's not an apology. No. I just want to be very, very clear, people. When you say those words, "I take full responsibility," that is not an apology. No one on that couch, not even Andy, took that as an apology or even responsibility. I just want you to know that.
It's so fucking empty. What does that even mean?
Right.
What does I take responsibility? Then you have to give the next steps of what you're going to do to clean up the mess you made.
Or come to a God moment of going, how you affected the person that you're taking responsibility towards. Like whatever the situation is, you have to acknowledge that person.
Yeah.
He did not even do that. And you're just like, what am I watching? What is wrong with this man? And how are these women? And so you're just watching. All he says is, I take responsibility. What else do you want me to do? That's literally what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then they call out the timeline, right, of when they actually started hooking up or the first time they kissed and all of these things, which wasn't meshing with what was happening on the show or what was going on with social media. So they hashed all of that out.
They did like a timeline?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Andy said, when do you, Sierra, think it started? She goes, I know it started January 17th. And Amanda said, no, it didn't start until March 31st when we released the joint statement. She was like, you're a fucking liar. It started in January. Anyway, so they went back and forth and did this timeline because Sierra has all of these text messages from Amanda. Yeah. And she has all of these points where she was saying her and Mia was the other girl. I forgot. Anyway, Sierra and Mia wanted to do something with Amanda, the three of them together. And Amanda wasn't responding to Sierra. So Mia put the three of them in a group chat and turned on her, like, Find My Phone. And she was at West's house. And so Sierra's like, she's fucking West. I know that's why I know, because she was over there. Anyway, so they nitpicked and did all of that. And then you watch in real time Amanda finding out that West is cheating on her with some other girl.
What?
Yes. That she didn't know. Yes. And Lindsay, Mia, and Sierra are like,
oh my God.
He was sleeping with her. This girl on social media, because this girl was posting it. And you watch Amanda's face go. And she just looks over him like, you piece of shit. And he just sits there and goes, what do you want me to say about it? Like, literally, that's what he said. What do you want me to say about it? Are you joking?
Okay, so here's my question, because I'm not up to date. Do you know when did Kyle and Amanda break up?
I don't know that for sure. I want to
Amanda break up.
I don't
January 19th.
Yeah.
And that was like and she left Kyle.
Yeah.
Presumably. And then even if she waited 2 months.
Yeah.
Until March to start hooking up with West. That's quick.
Yeah.
No offense.
And then apparently, because I didn't watch the show, the last episode or 2 episodes of this season, West and Sierra started to hook back up again. Yes. And then Andy goes, why you're sleeping with Amanda and then you start hooking up with Sierra again because you know Sierra likes you. And West goes, no, we didn't. And Sierra goes, we did twice, you fucking piece of shit. Yes, we did. And he goes, all we did was ear stuff. Everybody on the panel was like,
stuff?
What is ear stuff? All we did was ear stuff. That's what he said again. And Sierra is just rolling her eyes. And he goes, I just like kissed her ear. I like kissed her from like the chin up. That's ear stuff. This is the type of person we're dealing with. Ear stuff. And Sierra's like, no, we did more than that. And then they would show a clip of them sitting outside of the house and sitting on a long chair and them kissing and making out. And he does lean over and start kissing on her ear for a minute. But this is his excuse. We just did ear stuff. I didn't do anything. She's like, no, twice we did. I mean,
that's so gross.
Lindsay called him a toddler. It was fucking hilarious. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Lindsay,
you have to watch it.
Lindsay is that like bitchy, chaotic good though.
Yeah.
Like even though she's like out, she's crazy and she's doing like, ow.
Yeah.
She's doing like so much and she's so much energy and you're like, you kind of want her to chill out. It's actually fantastic that she won't chill out. She makes good TV.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And she even, part of her yelling at West was like, what is wrong with you? And what is wrong with me that I'm actually listening to you and I feel like I'm being pulled in by your charm? You're a fucking toddler. What is wrong with you? How do you don't answer someone like that? And what's wrong with me that I want to listen to you? Like, this is what she was saying. It was so amazing and funny. And it was incredible. And then there was a whole like side thing with this new guy, Ben from Australia, and the new girl, Bailey, where she was really into him and liked him and tried to pursue him in a relationship, but he was like, no, thank you. But then she called him out. She's like, all you do is reprimand women. You don't like women. You don't like women. And there was a whole big thing. And he was like, how dare you speak to me like that? She was like, exactly.
See?
Exactly. Yeah. This is why, one of the guys in the group has a bad day or is wrong, very, very wrong. And you go up to him and basically you want to take his clothes off and make love with him. Like, it is disgusting. It was amazing. But that guy's a piece of shit. So whoever this Ben person, you have to watch it.
See, that's the other thing is I think that like I didn't like any of the men on the show ever.
Oh, no, you won't. No.
And I think that makes it hard. It's the same thing that I'm having with the Valley. Like, I
well,
don't like
of course.
anyone.
All I wanted to do was watch the reunion. It was so good.
What's going to happen to Amanda after this? Is she going to have to go do sound baths in the fucking mountains like Raquel?
I don't think so. I think she's really narcissistic.
I had her as this like boring butter dish girl for Kyle, who was like, if all of the Sierra stuff hadn't happened, that she was going to have her like divorce and then like rebirth and empowerment, like Dorit style thing. No. Find her voice, whatever.
No.
But she's made these terrible choices. Has she been shitty the whole time? And I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really watch her. I watched her be like a sad girlfriend. I didn't see them
that's
get
what
married.
People are saying. And even Sierra said, it's very difficult to watch all of this back because all I saw was red flag, check, check, check with Amanda going, why didn't I see that one? Why didn't I see that one? She's very calculated. She's very manipulative. And it was kind of heartbreaking, obviously, to watch Sierra's clock in on, watching herself. I can't imagine what that's like, but, and the people around you not being, genuine and truthful and things like that, to your face. And, so no, I don't think Amanda's going to go off in a mountain somewhere. She's very adamant of, she's the apologer that says, I'm sorry. How is it? I'm sorry that you felt that way. That's her apology. That's not an apology either. I'm sorry that you felt that way. No, you made me say you're sorry for how you did that to me, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's so good. I don't even have to watch the season. I just want to watch the reunion because it's so good.
That is kind of nice. Maybe I will watch it.
You definitely just put it on in the background. And then while you're doing laundry or cooking or something, you're going to stop whatever activity you're doing and sit down because it's that good.
All right. Well, I'll start on that. We have so many other things that we're talking about. That's okay. No. I'm saying like it's hard to pick that up, but I'm glad. Sometimes reunions you'd have to watch the show.
No.
And like now it's like with this, if I don't have to watch the show and I can just watch the recap of the reunion, that's kind of fantastic.
So good.
But we're watching a lot. We've got a bunch of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
And again, Love Island starts next week. And
boat show or Rhode Island first?
Let's do Rhode Island first.
Okay.
I kind of feel like Rhode Island, a lot happened, but also nothing happened.
Oh God,
kind of. Which is great because it's the fallout of the Rosie Kelsey thing, which I'm going to say it right now. I think it's shitty. I like Rosie. I'm on Team Rosie until she put. Nope, my brain just turned off. What's her name? Oh, the Bachelorette in the middle.
Oh, Ashley.
Ashley. I was like, it's not Alicia, but it starts with an A.
Ashley.
Not Amanda. Ashley. She put Ashley in the middle, and I don't love that because Ashley's trying to get into this group, and I don't think Rosie's wrong when she's like, there's like a clique. Because there is like the Alicia, Liz, Joellen, probably Rula, like, and Kelsey, because Kelsey was dating a guy that was part of that group, and somehow Billy's also part of this group. It's all very incestuous, but they have a longer history. So Ashley coming in later and Rosie coming in later.
Sure.
It's not necessarily, it is kind of like cliques, right?
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the fact that Kelsey knew these women because she was dating her, we're not allowed to call him a sugar daddy. Can we just call him a sugar daddy?
Sure.
But they were together for 10 years. I don't even sweat that for her. She's more aligned with Liz, even though technically you'd think that she'd be more aligned with Rosie and Ashley, because at least they're all in the same, they're closer in the same age range.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't love that. And then they all go to trivia. And I am going to argue every single time that, one, being on this show is a job. And I do think you need to bring it and be entertaining on this. But I also think there's real jobs, there's real business. And I think you shouldn't go after that. And I think the way that these women were behaving at the trivia night was so not okay. And I don't know how Ashley's just like, yeah, guys, that was wild. Please don't do that. She's forgiven them already.
Yeah, I get you.
What did you think of the sash?
Oh my gosh. I have so many thoughts because I'm team both still. I'm still Rosie and I'm still Kelsey. However, I don't think Rosie can take a joke. And not that it was a great joke. You shouldn't do that, Kelsey, because I think Kelsey knows Rosie can't take a joke. And so I think, right, it just spun out of control. And then Kelsey knows Rosie can't take a joke, and she still does the sash slam pig thing. Still comes over and confronts her when Rosie's like, I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to ignore you. Rosie's just like, I'm over here away from you. Please stop. Please stop. And Kelsey still goes after her. Right. Read a room, sis. Like, I don't know what you're doing. And it's not getting fun, and it's not getting entertaining when you're ruining a business, like you said. And she's asked you to stop.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and she's not engaging. So she just sat there and kept needling, trying to get her to engage. And I'm like Alicia. I was like, I'm not really on your side for this.
Yeah. It was hard to watch. I didn't like it. It was making me more upset at Kelsey in this episode. I have to tell you that Liz is really upsetting me. Liz is upsetting me, and Liz comes off or gives off the I'm the number one guy in this group vibe, and you're not. And if maybe you were, you're going to be cut down a couple totem pole pegs, sis, because I didn't agree with any of what she was doing to Alicia in the car at all. Alicia is that secret, quiet, emotionally intelligent person that just looks at her friend and goes, you're nitpicking what I'm saying instead of just being my friend. Why can't you just be my friend? Yeah. And Liz was not having any of it. No. And it was super disappointing to watch, because I'm a Liz fan and I'm really unhappy with her this episode.
I was shocked at how irritated I was at Liz, because in my mind, I see Liz as the grande dame of this.
Like LVP, man, right?
LVP, the grande dame of Potomac. I mean, like, I kind of thought that she was kind of the queen of this. And then I didn't like how the second that Rosie's there, the fact that Rosie's there and she's like, but weren't you trying to start a fight with her? And she's like, no. She's like, but weren't you trying to? And
right.
She's like, she had a siren blowing. She did have the stuff set up, but she was just going to show her. Yep. Right? Kelsey came with a siren. She came in setting the tone of how this was going to go.
Right.
And then for some reason, Liz is close with Kelsey. So she's like, you did this. You started this. And I was like, you're not hearing anything out. And then also for her they go to the dinner. It was Joellen, Kelsey, and Liz at the dinner.
Yep.
And those men are all close, right? They all know each other. So they're all going to this. And then for her to bring up the Alicia and the homeless thing again.
Yeah.
Technically, I could agree with Liz. Technically, when you think of like, for Alicia to just throw out there that she was homeless, and then it would be possible for people to construe that as like she was on the streets. Like, homelessness is very serious. And it's like, no, she went to her grandparents' house. They were always safe. They were always secure. That's not a fair thing to throw out there. Technically fine. But we have watched Alicia for, what is it, 10 episodes? 10 episodes now?
Yeah.
We have seen her say insane things.
Yes.
She needs to take an Epstein salt bath. She says extreme weird things. Mm-hmm. We know that we need to temper everything that she says. So for Liz to go this hard over that is bizarre, especially because Liz has known her forever.
Right.
And then Liz is like, well, I'm trying to protect her family because her family would be so hurt by her saying this. Well, then we watched Alicia with her mom.
Right.
And her mom was like, yeah, your dad was an asshole. And he put us in a real shit situation.
I didn't have a home. Yep.
Because we can say technically Liz is right. Technically Alicia is right too.
But why does it matter? That's the whole thing. That's what Alicia was trying to get across to Liz. Mm-hmm. Why does it matter? Are you my friend or not? Why does it matter so much to you? And
the semantics of
it. The semantics of it. That's the whole point. Like, it was so sad.
And Joellen in the car.
Oh, God. Joellen in the charcuterie board. I was paying attention to that thing like it's all going to end up on the floor. It's going to end up on the floor. And then
she's like, you're a genius. Look at it. Don't eat that cheese. You don't know what's been on the floor. Oh God.
My God.
Don't eat that piece. Don't put that piece on the board.
Don't put that back on the board. It was on the floor. Oh my God.
I thought that was funny. But
amazing.
Joellen trying to be like Switzerland, right?
Yeah.
Trying to moderate this and be like, it makes sense that Alicia's upset.
Yes.
And then Liz is just digging her heels in.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
It seemed like Liz was like a little too buzzed, maybe.
Oh.
I wasn't quite sure what was going on.
Yeah. I don't know either, because if she's going to do this the rest of the time, I think I'm going to be out, and I don't want to watch it. It's not giving friendship anymore, right?
No.
You and I love this show because, right, they have such great friendships that we like watching, and then they'll bicker, and then they're fine 5 seconds later. And Liz was not doing that. And
we're gonna see next week, I guess, like it continued to unravel.
Yeah.
At the Sinatra show of all places.
Oh God, right.
But then I wonder, is the next day is Liz gonna come back and be like, I guess it was a little harsh? Like, right. I'm wondering.
We don't know yet. Yeah.
But it felt very, and this is maybe hyperbolic, it felt a la Kyle Richards going,
sure.
Well, so-and-so, what was one of the husbands? She was like, well, so-and-so said that was crazy.
Yeah.
Joellen's husband.
Oh, right. Right.
He knew
That's
her.
Right.
He knew her, and he said that she was never homeless. So why would she say that? It's like,
right.
Why are you having
felt
such
gross.
Yeah. So I don't know. And I also think that when you're talking about trauma, maybe you do get a little bit hyperbolic because suddenly the feelings are bigger.
Yeah, of course. And speaking of the husbands, I just want to point out when they were talking about somebody asked, is it okay for, Kelsey's sugar daddy to pay for everything. And then they looked at Bill. And he was like, no, it's not okay for him to pay for everything. And I agree. And I'm glad he said that out loud in front of cameras, because I don't agree with her saying we were together for 10 years. He needs to pay for everything. I don't agree with that, but I've not been in that situation. I've never had that happen. And
Well,
also
Liz,
I can get a job and I know how to pay bills. And
there's
she
that.
literally doesn't want to. She's choosing all of this. That's the difference. Kelsey is choosing to ask this man to pay for her instead of doing it herself.
Yeah.
It's bothersome to me. I don't like that.
Well, Liz had said, it's like a common law marriage. You guys were together for 10 years. And there's part of that I agree with. She gave him the best boobs of her life, right? Like, it's all downhill after 30.
Whatever.
And I can go with that. And he wanted her to be at a certain lifestyle. However, 6 months out of the year, he's in Miami. What's she doing for those 6 months a year? She could be working on a career. She could be setting herself up. And she didn't. I mean, I guess in the last year, she got a cosmetology salon
license,
which I know is not easy.
No, of course she did something.
It takes more hours of training to become a hairstylist than it does to become a police officer in Florida.
Or a teacher. Let's talk about teachers, people.
Right. So I just really think that, like, I can see that. However, then she was explaining in more detail how some of this arrangement is working and how Bill was like, come move in with me. I want you to be with me.
Yes.
But she's like, no, I want to live on my own for a year.
Choice.
Which, if you're listening, you hear that and you go, okay, that actually smart. That makes sense. Don't be a relationship hopper. However, and she's like, if I get serious with Bill, then he's going to stop paying for those for all of my bills.
Right. So she's
which is billing bills.
So that part, choices.
That part grossed me out a little bit.
It's intentional. This is intentional. That's what I'm saying.
I think if she really felt that way, you go, listen, I loved Alicia. I think it's kind of in the same vein. I think what you go is like, hey, we got to do this. I think that you owe me something. Get him to cut you a check and then have a clean break and be like, we can be good friends after this.
Or pay for the first month or pay for your deposit. And that's it, right? Something, then we're done.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it should have been.
Yeah.
And it's 10 years of a relationship that she was kind of expected to be at his beck and call, whatever. Like, there's expectations there that I think maybe she could be entitled to something. But this ongoing support where it's like, until you get a new boyfriend, feels gross and weird to me. And I could see why Bill's not into it.
Yes.
Alicia, I love her so much. I love Alicia so much.
Oh my God, I know.
Joellen, still my favorite.
Say.
But like right there, the Pizza Mama's presentation that she did. How bad do you want to go to Pizza Mama's?
Amazing. She is so, I'm telling you, she is like a sniper. You're not expecting her to be that smart and come up with those good things, those good ideas. He's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we should totally do that. That's a good idea. But what I wrote down, the part that bothered me was she looks at him after the presentation and is very upset and says, what happens if you die? When you die, what happens to us if you die, right? This current state in our financial situation. And he says, you don't understand. You just get defensive. Okay, sir, if you believe your wife doesn't understand something, like say the finances or how to pay a bill or how to run a business, then why don't you show her? If you love her, why don't you show her? But no, he keeps her underneath his foot, grinding into the ground, going, well, you're just defensive, so I'm not gonna deal with you. That's upsetting to me.
It wasn't great.
it made me upset, and I feel so bad for her because she is just begging to learn and to want to know and what's going on. And then when he's like, yeah, you can have whatever percentage of my share, he made that very clear. And I don't like that. No, it's a percentage of Pizza Mama, not your share. She has a percentage of his share, not Pizza Mama in general.
He probably can't. I did understand what he was saying, because if he has business partners, he can't promise that. I think that she needs to get more information about the business. Yeah. And I think that she needs to keep pushing for it. And I think that he does like love and appreciate her, but it is very like he's keeping her so separate from all of those things. And he's like, I've already taken care of it. Don't worry about it.
I don't love that.
I don't either, but I think it might be a cultural thing. And I'm hoping that like as things move forward and as she's going to start hearing more and getting more advice, she's going to be more aggressive with it. And I think that he will come around. I'm hoping that it's good, because they've been together for 10 years. They have a daughter together. So. Their daughter is hilarious.
Oh my God, I know.
She's so cute. And he's like, why does she have lipstick on? And she's what, like 8?
Probably.
So it's like 8-year-olds probably shouldn't have bright red. She's like, it's part of the presentation. It's the vibe.
I know, that was amazing.
With her big glass. Oh, it was so cute.
So
I really
good.
like their daughter. So I
love Alicia.
I love Alicia so much. And I love and I'm going to go back to Joellen. Joellen trying to mediate in that car stressed me out. And it's so funny because these women, it's Rhode Island, but it also feels very Jersey to me because they have a very short fuse. And you see Joellen like tamping it down. And she's already introduced herself as the mean one. And like I said, I don't think I've really seen Joellen be mean.
Not yet, yes.
I haven't really seen it. But I see her over and over and over again trying to placate Liz.
Yeah.
And Liz is not going to have it. And then it's going to turn next episode. And I'm excited to see it. This is the Housewives that we want to see.
Right. No, absolutely.
But I do feel bad that the, nope, it just turned, Frank Sinatra show is all going to get ruined.
Yeah.
Because that poor venue is probably going to have to give people refunds because they were there while the filming is happening and there's the screaming fight of these women.
Right.
They need to stop doing it in the places of business of their husbands. They need to do it at the parties instead.
Sure. Or at their houses, right? When they, like you said, parties. Yeah.
Do it at the beach.
Or the beach or the park or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't have the fight. Do it at the Quiet Woman that no one owns.
Oh okay. No.
All right. Let's talk about Boat Show. I am so angry at Ben.
Oh, I know, me too. I'm so angry that I have to be angry at him. Because I enjoy watching. I, again, haven't watched previous season, don't have a opinion on him, just watched what we're doing. And I'm like, okay, I can deal, right? But he's just ticking down.
Talented. He is charming.
Sure.
He is witty. He is behaving like an immature asshole. His behavior is ridiculous.
I wanted to ask you about the sous chef promotion only because why is it such a big deal for Daisy? Love Daisy. I don't think Ellie should be a sous chef. Please don't get me wrong. But why is it a big deal?
In a regular kitchen,
yeah,
being a sous chef is a huge fucking deal.
Okay.
Huge fucking deal.
This is what I need to know.
There is the main chef and then the sous chef.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the owner and here's the GM.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And there are certain things that you're doing to reach the level of sous chef. It's like you are the vice president. Like you could handle everything if the chef went out. You're still like following the chef and all those, their directives, but and she couldn't. She also like cooking staff meals. That's a big part of responsibility of sous chefs.
Okay.
She's not doing any of that. Like, she hasn't done any of the work to become a sous chef.
Okay, good.
So, no, there's no reason that she should be a sous chef. Him saying that was insane.
Okay, good.
When he went upstairs and started talking to Captain Jason about it, she could become a sous chef in a couple of charters, maybe, if, like, she continued to work those skills while not on charter, goes and takes some classes and becomes trained in the culinary arts, gets her, food preparing license. It's not hard to get it. In the US, it's called the Serve Safe.
Okay.
I had to get it a lot. I had it, you have to redo every 2 years.
Oh, okay.
But no, she's done not nearly enough to become a sous chef. That was ridiculous. And so when he went up to Captain Jason and asked that, and Captain Jason is like,
no,
I just had to reprimand her like 4 charters ago. No, I don't think that's, and we just demoted Jenna because of you.
I know. I love Captain Jason.
Oh. And then Daisy spinning out over it.
Yes, losing her goddamn mind. Yeah.
She needs to chill. She needs to keep... I think that Daisy... I get why she's so frustrated.
Sure.
But I think she's... I think when it comes to that, she's, like, becoming less and less professional.
Okay.
Granted, that's because everyone else is behaving ridiculously. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? This is all insane.
And speaking of that, I was a little disappointed that Joao didn't just support Daisy and just kind of looked at her and kind of was like, well, I can't take sides and blah, blah. I didn't like his conversation with her when she was spinning out, having a crash out and venting to him. And he wants to be her boyfriend. If you want to be her boyfriend, dude, you've got to be like, that sucks. Let me give you a hug. Can I kiss you on the mouth? Like something other than what you said. It just kind of made me upset at him a little bit.
I think that Joao is...
He stood up for her in the end. I will say that with the whole bed thing, right? He did do that, but... He's
come so far. Like, he has come so far. And I do think he comes... And he's from South Africa, like...
Yeah, there's a culture,
they still had segregation.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah. So, like, if even racially they still had all of that, the misogyny is also still ingrained, and he's having to unlearn that. And I think he's working on it, and he's working on his feelings and all of that. Yeah. Is that an excuse? Absolutely not.
No, I get that.
The whole thing sucks. Sure. But I do also get that he is in a shit position because he's between 2 other heads of departments, right? So he is trying to be Daisy's boyfriend, but also he's having to deal with 2 heads of departments, and one of them is spinning out while the other one is misbehaving. And he's like,
I get it.
Joao is the most professional head of department right now.
Right. That's a problem.
Which is wild. He's great. I think he does a really good job. And I think he's doing a really good job leading his team right now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I'm so frustrated at Ben for being such an asshole and for going out of his way to create this drama and pretending like he's above it.
Yeah.
He makes the mess and he's like, why is this messy?
I know. What are you doing?
And I don't feel like he was reprimanded nearly enough for the fish last episode.
Agree. I thought there was going to be more coming from the fish, and there really wasn't.
No.
So, yeah.
That sucked. Didn't like that. And Ellie is too big for her britches.
Oh, boy. Woof.
She's so wound up.
Wow. Yeah.
And feels so confident. Talking a lot of shit about Daisy, too. Like, if any of the girls of the stews were talking shit about Joao...
Oh, God.
You would just go, don't worry about it. We're talking shit about the chef. When Alicia was being kind of like... She was put in her place. when she was going after Ben.
Yep.
But then Ellie's allowed to go after Daisy left and right.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate.
I know.
I love Barbie this season.
Doing good so far.
Barbie's doing good. Barbie is a hard worker.
Yeah.
Barbie is funny. Barbie goes to therapy. I love Barbie. Barbie's doing good for me. But this, the Ben, Ellie versus Daisy and him putting them and then trying to just wind her up. I'm so glad the season's almost over because I think something really bad would happen if this like had to go on another 5 charters.
I am so upset about the whole bed thing. I mean, that was so incredibly rude and on purpose and intentional what he was doing, right? To rip open that bed and mess it up and scream at Joy. I mean, what are we doing, dude? Like, you are not above all of this stuff, man. What is happening? You don't get to just keep sleeping in there. We talked about that. Like, what's going on? That was hard watch, man.
I don't know if it was like an after show or something, but they had basically said that he had actually asked Captain Jason if he could sleep in the suite. And Captain Jason was like, yeah, that's fine, but didn't know that it had already been made.
Oh, okay.
So when it turns out that they had already done all the work and then he undid the work, I really hope we watch. I don't think. Did he get scolded by Captain Jason in this episode?
I don't think so. I think
they start it.
Yeah.
Or they hint at it for the next episode.
Yeah.
Because that was out of control. Matt walked out of the room while all that was happening. I was like, get in here and you have to rewatch this.
Right.
Because it's so wild.
What would Ben think if he prepared a plate, the food that he had cooked, and Daisy picked up the plate and completely deconstructed it and put it on a different plate? That's the same thing. He would lose his mind. That's not okay to do because Daisy thought, they should have steak and fries instead of fries and mashed potatoes or something, right? And she rearranged everything or completely took it apart. I mean, he would feel terrible. He would be upset if she did something like that to his food. Yeah. It's the same thing. You can't just do that. It's not just a bed, dude. Like,
the fucking with each other's work.
Yeah.
That it's a step too far for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just done with Ben. And I hate that because I've loved Ben. Ben has been a pissy little asshole forever. But again, like I said, he's talented, he's clever, he's witty, he's sharp. But he's imploding. I guess it's because of his failed engagement or whatever. But I also don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then for him to be doing all the weird shit with Jenna's table settings, you can tell she's like, I'm gonna make this better. I'm gonna do a really good job.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of Jenna for how she's dealing with that.
Yeah.
But then when I was curious what you thought of when Alicia confronts Daisy.
And says she wants to be a second stew and why can't you? Considering me. I'm gonna go with what Barbie said. And when she was like, yeah, she can't function. She's a hard worker. She can go work and do the thing, but she can't function. Like her brain can't handle, doing all the things. And when she was talking to Daisy about it, you watched it in real time, her collapse when she was getting rejected. And that's, I think, part of what they don't want, right? They want a second Sue who's not going to collapse and not going to have, right? And she just proves she's like, oh, yeah, okay. All right.
I was proud of her for taking the critique.
Yeah.
She was asking, here's the other thing is that sometimes people go in and they're asking for, they're like, why am I not getting this? I can explain to me why. And it's like, here's why. And they're like, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but she did take it. And I think that Daisy explained it in a really kind way as well.
Yes.
You're too scattered.
Yes.
It's chaotic.
Yes.
And you need to be calmer. And I thought that was, and it's like, here's something that you can work on.
Yeah.
to get where you want to be. And I thought that was really kind, and that was Daisy being really good. I also think that Alicia asked her when she was a little drunk, and maybe that wasn't the time.
Sure. Or how about, I wrote down, when Alicia and Jenna are in their cabin, and Alicia comes out of the bathroom and tells Jenna, your poos smell like baby poos. And Jenna's like, I didn't go poop. What does a baby poo smell like? Different than a regular poop? This is what I think about. This is what I want to know. Like, did she just fart in there? Like, what does a baby poo smell like versus just taking a poop? I don't know. Alicia,
it's been too long for me. I don't remember what a baby poop smells like.
But it made me laugh. I was like, okay, all right. But no, you can't. About that. Yeah, be a second stew when you're
it smells like a baby. It's still coming out like, well, probably whatever she's eating.
Maybe. I don't know. It was just a funny, I wrote that down. I thought it was funny.
That's a fun critique of someone. Your shit sounds like a baby.
What? I don't know. Anyways.
But it's good. I'm going to miss it. I am excited that Mediterranean's coming as this one's leaving. Yeah. So that's good for us.
Yeah.
So are we like at the halfway point of the valley? Is that what that trailer was?
Yes. I'm dead with that trailer.
I don't know if I can handle that much.
I don't know if I can do it.
Here's what I think we do. Because here's Love Island's coming. We have so many things to talk about. I think we just hit our highlights of the valley and we only talk about it like every 2 weeks or something like that. We've got to figure something out because it's too fucking depressing.
It's such a struggle, and I don't want my reality TV to be a struggle. It is something that I
couldn't watch it all the way through. I had to take breaks
to make myself feel better. Like when I had a bad day at work today, I want to turn on reality TV and feel better. And you know what? I couldn't do that today. Do you know what I turned on? A murder documentary. And then I felt better. I don't want to have to turn on a murder documentary. I want to turn on reality TV. And I can't do that with the Valley people. I can't take it anymore.
But then I have this morbid curiosity about like, is everything finally going to blow back on Brittany? I feel like it's everything you've said about Brittany for the last 2 years. Yeah. And Matt also, by the way, just to say, Matt also fucking hates Brittany.
Yay! Me and Maddie.
She's so bad. So
Yeah,
I don't find her relationships authentic. It's like, it's just that she's got a lot of events that she brings everyone together, and I don't see her really following through in these friendships the way that she's pretending to. Like, she has a couple of the close friends, but then she's sitting there stirring shit up.
Right. And I feel like also, okay, what she went through with Jax was terrible, and Jax is an awful person. I'm not saying that, but I feel like she skates by and gets away with this stuff because of that. And she kind of falls back on it and uses that to be like, right, I've got my sparkle back, and all these things, and you're just like, it's so please stop using that.
It's plausible deniability again.
Yes.
She's like, oh, I love you. Oh, I'd never want you to feel like that. Oh, I'm here. You're my best friend. I care about you. And you're like, you're saying all these things, but where does it really show up?
Right. And then she gets mad like it's Zack. She's like, I've known Zack for 17 years. And she gets mad when people are doing the same thing to her that she's doing to other people.
She kind of feels like Zack should be her like minion.
Yes.
Or her like support. Like,
no,
you belong to me.
Yes. I brought you here. I could take you out kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But we've got 2 episodes to talk about.
We got 2 to talk about. I don't know if we should jump around or just one after another. What should we just do? It's hard.
No. So we can, let's start from the top and then we'll kind of see where it takes us. So there's Danny being an asshole.
Right.
In drag.
Right.
And he's drunk and Lala calls him out, and we had seen this the last episode the next day they have like the competition, and the fact that he took losing so hard
is weird.
It was weird.
It's weird. What is wrong with you, sir? You're a 40-year-old weirdo. Like, I don't... What am I watching here?
I get...
Even Luke's an asshole, too, and he didn't take it like that. Like...
Well, Luke won.
I mean, I know, but still, I mean, he looked terrible. All of them looked terrible except Zack. Thank you very much. But
Zack did look good. Well, he had fake titties.
And he had very pretty makeup. His makeup was gorgeous.
His makeup was good. I actually thought Jesse looked good.
Oh my God. No.
I liked Jesse's outfit.
No.
And his hair.
No, ma'am.
I thought Lacey did a good job. But no, and then the next day so Danny had his freak out, and then Lala is like, you need to chill the fuck out. Then he starts attacking Lala, and then they have their back and forth. And it never gets better. And he just keeps doubling down.
Yeah.
Because he's drunk.
Yeah.
And then the next morning.
Well, that night, Nia and Danny go in the backyard.
Yes.
And they have the whole backyard scene where he's like, why are you talking to me like that? Why would you say those things to me like that? And I kept writing down, what things? Just calling you out? Like, what things is she not supposed to be saying? Like,
right.
What are what am I missing?
We don't discuss our marriage or our disagreements in public, but you're publicly treating her terribly.
And you're a public figure. Like, what do you mean? What's going on?
That's like, you're on this show.
Yeah. And he's like going in the backyard, and she's have to chase after him, and he's taking off his mic and all this stupid
he's
shit.
Like trying to get her to take her mic off, and she's like, no. Nia keeping her microphone on tells me that she was trying to, in a way, I'm not saying she was in physical danger, but she was trying to make sure that he knew that even though he had taken his mic off and he was trying to get away from the cameras, that he was still being seen by someone other than her.
Being recorded, yeah.
And she was being very calm. She was kind of gray rocking, right?
Yeah.
And I think that tells you a lot about like what's going on between them.
It's disturbing to watch all the way around, because you hate Danny, right? That's disturbing. That's its own little thing. But for me with Nia, your mind, my mind is chaotic going, I mean, what is she really trying to protect him? Is she in danger? What happens at home? I mean, do they have this pact? Like, nobody really knows, because I love Danny and Nia, and I love Nia. I don't like Danny, but I'm on Struggle Street with the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
With being on Nia's side.
The thing about it is...
And it's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse. It's 100% going to get worse. And it does get worse, because then we see... Okay, so when they... when they all get back...
Right.
Well, the next morning, then he, like, apologizes, but the apology that he has...
Garbage.
Is garbage. Mm-hmm. And Lala is like, listen, I'm not judging you. Like, I know how... She's... The problem with Lala, and I understand that she's trying to come from a good place, but she's also seeing all of this through her perspective, her lens of, she's an alcoholic and she is now sober. She's been sober for the last couple years. She doesn't participate in drinking alcohol because she knows she flies off the handle. So she's seeing Danny and going like, hey, I identify with what you're doing right now. Like, this is where it is. But Danny, maybe this is my biased opinion, just because Danny hasn't talked to his wife like that when he's sober in front of everyone doesn't mean that he wouldn't.
Right.
And Danny drinking, the alcohol is not the part of Danny that's yelling at her. Like, there are people that's like, oh, they only are like that when they're drunk. And it's like, so they can keep, but all of that still, I feel like, maybe I'm wrong. I feel like that's still inside you.
Yeah, that's still who you are. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's still who you are.
And if staying sober is how you keep that part of you in check, because no one's perfect. There's no one that doesn't have a side of them that is darker that they have to like wrestle with. I think that's like why we're all on earth, is we're dealing with that those darker
Lala
parts
still
of
flies off the handle when she's sober. She just now is more cognizant of it and tries not to do it, right? She still flies off the handle. I mean,
but Danny, if you know that like when, and Lala at least goes like, I know that when I drink, I become a different version of myself that's not good. And I know that I lean into choices that I would not make sober. So she does not drink. Danny and Nia know that Danny becomes a version of himself that is not a safe, loving person. That sucks. But then you have to not drink. And he's not making that choice.
Right.
And
he's just not even coming to the responsibility of that at all. And he's not connecting the dots.
But he's acting, this is the part that I think I kind of wanted you to speak on. Because he's talking about how he's going to therapy and how he talks about it at church and how he doesn't drink most of the time. This is just like when he lets loose.
No.
And that, I feel like you had talked about this a little bit last time about how like the church, like he's using that church as like a shield.
Oh, yeah.
For his bad behavior.
Yes, they absolutely do. I mean, that's what I grew up in. And that has a lot to do with the true crime documentary we watched with the dad and growing up LDS. Like, it was very triggering to me, you know, for someone to hide behind their religion or hide being a Christian or hide behind gender roles or whatever you're doing and then blaming it on church. That's just how we treat women. That's just how we talk to women, how I talk to my wife. But I go to church. I go to church every day. Just because you go to church does not make you a good person. I'm so very sorry. It just does not. I know a lot of people that go to church regularly that are not good people. And they hide behind it and throw it up in a shield and say, but I go to church. I'm Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I don't care. I don't care.
And he also said that he was going to therapy. And I feel like there are, and we've talked about this, but like there is going to therapy.
Yeah.
And then there's going to therapy to do work.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably a similar situation with his therapy and his church going.
Yes.
I don't think he's going there I think he's going through the motions without doing any of the work. Right. I don't feel like he is getting better. I don't think he's learning lessons. I don't think he's improving himself. He says he's working on himself. And I'm like, where?
Where? Yes.
Because we've looked at this. This is the third season. And I'm seeing the worst version of him so far. And this is after he's been called out for the stuff that we haven't really seen.
Or that you and I have said, oh, he apologized for.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like an idiot because I was like, he talked about it in church. He's going to therapy now and he's acknowledged he's went and had a conversation and he's acknowledged and he's not drinking as much. He's moving differently. We have to let him like move forward. I want people to be redeemable.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm redeemable. And it's like, ooh, what you just said about court cases in West. Yes. I take full responsibility. How? Show me where you took responsibility. Right.
Tell me.
You made the mess. How did you clean it up?
Yep. Right. Right. Yep. Tell me how you wronged me and how that wasn't okay and how I felt bad and how you made me do that. And just no. When the next morning when they have the discussion and Nia is the first one to go, I shouldn't have said those things. I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that, this and that and the other. I 100% felt, after the cameras were not rolling, they had a discussion where he said, I'm not going to apologize unless you do it first, right? That's how that felt. And that's how it came off. Very forced and very, Danny's not going to do it unless Nia says she's sorry. She had nothing to apologize for. Nothing to apologize for.
I agree with you. I think that it's one of those situations where, and we've all had those toxic people in our lives, where they fuck up, but they take one little nugget of how you didn't respond in the perfect way to them.
Right.
And therefore you were the bad one. And until you acknowledge that, they won't move forward. And he's like, he needed her to acknowledge that she was wrong.
Yep.
Before he would be willing to take accountability. And listen, you and I have had this conversation before, especially with like Janet.
Yeah. Right.
There are times where I have had some sort of friction with a friend. Yep. And I come to the table and go, here's my part of it.
Yeah.
I fucked up. Yeah. This is what I should have done differently. And the good relationships go, I appreciate that. Here's what I wish I had done differently. And then you move forward.
Right.
Rupture and repair. Mm-hmm. But then I feel like he is the guy that goes, Nia comes in and goes, here's the parts where I fucked up. And she's trying to give him the roadmap and the structure so he can do his apology.
Yeah.
And he's like, thank you for apologizing.
Right.
Instead of going, no, I was out of control and I'm sorry.
100% acknowledging what he did to her. Right. I wrote down, she said, I feel bad. I brought something up at the time that I normally wouldn't. And I wrote down, like, your feelings, because that's all she was doing, was telling him how his actions made her feel, or explaining why Lala was triggered, or, right, you can't say that stuff. Mm-hmm. It was her feelings. She's apologizing for her feelings. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you so incredibly horrible to your wife that you're making her apologize for her own fucking feelings before you say anything? And his apology wasn't even an apology. He was like, yep. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I will go talk to Lala. I shouldn't have,
What?
It was gross and it was uncomfortable. Yeah. And later on, I'm just going to jump around. Later on, when they have the little get together where Lala confronts, and this is something I didn't like, Lala basically is confronting Kristen and being like, this was really bad. I hadn't seen this before. Here's what we saw. And Kristen's like, I like how they deal with their marriage. I bet he wasn't really that out of control. Like, she didn't want to acknowledge. And then this is when they were like, there's like an alliance between you two. I don't think it's fair that Zack and Lala were like, Kristen, you need to put him in check. Like, you need to talk to Nia. You have to be the one. It's like, does Kristen not have enough on her plate right now?
I guess.
I think, but I don't think that's Kristen's job to address. I think they could have had that conversation without making it her problem. Does that make sense?
I guess. I mean, if you have a group of friends, like we've described, that they all kind of break off into cliques, right? Two of them are better friends than the other four or something like that. It's not completely out of bounds for you to go to that other person and go, you're better friends with her or him. Can you talk to them? Like, I don't think that's out of the realm with what we saw last season with Kristen riding so hard for Danny and Nia. But also, can I say how disgusted I am at Kristen for going, I've never been in a bar with Danny. Bitch, yes, you have, first of all.
It was weird.
No, she was lying, full on lying. And that's why Lala said it was an alliance. And second, can we not remember all the times that she was kind of excusing Jack's behavior, right?
Oh, 100% for years.
What? Like, this is what she does.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't forget that she was excusing Jack's behavior in general or towards Brittany. And I'm not surprised that she's doing this with Danny and Nia. It is disappointing that her and Luke are like, I want to, make my emulate my relationship, my marriage after theirs. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh. Nobody in the world wants to, honey. But for her to just be so blind and go, I don't know what you're talking about, right? She's the monkey with the eyes and the ears and the mouth, right? She's not doing or saying anything. It was really upsetting to watch and super disappointing. Kristen, come on.
I think Lala for some reason came in real hot that Kristen needs to be like in charge of it, and I just didn't think that was fair. But I do think that Kristen was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that they're great. I love their relationship.
No.
And it's like, okay, I think ideally they go, yeah, it was not okay. This is what happened. This is what we saw. And then you give Kristen the opportunity to go, I haven't seen that, but make her aware of it, of like, here's maybe a different view. Because I think Kristen does also have these rose-colored glasses on when it comes to Danny and Nia. Because I think there are a lot of things about their relationship that she does aspire to. I think she's trying to get away from crazy Kristen, I think she wants to be the voice of reason. And I think she wants to be the chill, like mom goddess, like I think that's the vibe that she's trying to become, that Nia kind of embodies. It feels like she's projecting out there. Yeah. And it's not who Kristen is. So I don't know.
And then it comes off, then that conversation turns when Zack looks at Brittany and goes, you don't even like Nia. And now there's this weird cryptic understanding that no one in the group is allowed to say anything bad about Danny and Nia. And because now Zack's like, you hate Nia. And Brittany's like, no, I don't. What do you mean? I don't think now, Brittany likes Nia
I'm
either.
Like going back in time.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, I don't think they ever really were close friends.
Yes.
I think it's like this wanting to pretend that they're friends.
Surface level weird stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm watching. And that's why I said when Brittany was like, how dare he say that? I've been friends with him for 17 years. He can't say that stuff about me, right? I mean, I'm sorry. Brittany, hello. Like, what do you mean?
I know.
Yes, he can. That's why he's saying it, because he's been your friend for 17 years. That's why.
Zack is getting messy, but it's in this truth-telling vibe that I totally support. I totally support it. I think, like, he's the chaotic good. If he is going to burn this all down, it's because it needs to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I was very uncomfortable. I loved seeing it happen.
Yeah.
I liked that they're talking kind of about the alliances, because that was it makes things make a little bit more sense.
Yes, it totally does. And then when Kristen and Zack attempt to confront Nia at Kristen's house, right? And Nia freaks out, goes off on them. I think Kristen was doing a good job at that point.
I think Zack was too.
Zack was doing a good job at that point. But why are we just walking on eggshells and pussyfooting around these people? Why? Why can't people just say their piece? And this is what I don't understand. This is why it feels weird. It feels off. Yeah. And, Nia did a Kyle thing. Everybody is drinking. Everybody has a problem. All of the everybody.
There was a lot of that.
Yes.
She's like, I could say that everybody's been doing that.
Why is it just my husband? Because it was just
Jason's
your husband
been holding it together. Jesse has been holding it together. Luke has been holding it together. Danny was the only person that was screaming at his life.
Right. And causing problems. I mean, Jesse is only holding it together because I think Lacey puts a lot of Band-Aids on there. It's all because of Lacey. But regardless, no, because your husband was the one that was doing it. And this is why I'm saying I'm having a hard time writing for Nia when she acts like that. And she's just blindly screaming at people instead of going, can I tell you the truth? I'm really uncomfortable at home, or he doesn't treat me kindly, or I have 4 babies and I'm tired, or whatever, something
or you can
vulnerable
say that.
and genuine.
Yeah, you can say that and be like, it was not a good moment for him. Like,
Right.
at least acknowledge, like, yeah, that sucked that night. We have really had to have, like, a couple conversations about it. Like, if you want to put everyone's mind at ease over it, you don't go, fuck off for saying anything.
Yeah.
We all have to pretend like no one saw that? That's
not what's going to happen. No.
That's a cult. Like, that's not
right.
That's not how this works.
No.
Yeah, not a fan of it. Speaking of Nia, back in the first episode that we're talking about, when Janet tried to apologize to Nia again.
In the
forgettable.
kitchen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Forgettable.
Yeah.
Forgettable because it, again, wasn't really an apology.
Oh,
and Nia doesn't want an apology.
Oh, yeah. No, Nia has crossed them out. 100%. And it's done. It's over in Nia's mind. And didn't she even shout something like that at Kristen's house? You know, I don't need these people in my life if they're just going to constantly cause problems. I'm fine just not having anything to do with them ever again. How is that a solution? How is that? It's not a solution. And then she comes in hard again in this week's episode, right?
Yeah,
going
at the
outside,
crab boil.
Right, and confronting Lala outside.
So I heard y'all been talking about me. And you're like, oh, God.
Why is Nia going around doing the things that Danny should be doing? Why? This is what I'm picking up on, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the world watching. Danny is a piece of shit making his wife do all of this stuff for him. And if she's not being made to do this, I'm having a hard time feeling sorry for her. Like, it's such a struggle. My brain.
Well, I think one of the people that I follow is a therapist on TikTok.
Okay.
And she's amazing. Slightful. Detranslateful.
Oh, yeah.
Know. She's great. She's trans, but detransitioned.
Oh, okay.
And she has really good, like, I told you, for some reason I'm on divorce TikTok, and it's like,
it's so
and
weird.
Step parenting, co-parenting TikTok, and she's got a lot of really good info on that I really like. She's the one that started doing nacho parenting, which was good. She was talking about how a lot of people are feeling really irritated, you and I included, with Nia. Yeah. Because there's this, like, you are exactly where you want to be, it seems like.
Yes.
But also, she's still, just because she's fighting for her position where she's at, it doesn't mean that she's not still in an abusive relationship.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And
I agree.
I think that, like, that's where, and we see domestic abuse, and I'm not saying that he's hitting her. I don't think
nobody's ever thought that.
Yeah. I do think that there is
control and
verbal emotional abuse happening.
Yes.
We've watched it. It's not, I think, I watched it.
Right.
I think that, you see people who are in these domestic violence situations, they go back and forth over and over and over again. So I think it's part of the process. I think it's part of the dynamic that happens. I think she has to fight to feel like there's a reason for her to do what she's doing and be in the position. Sure. I don't think it's possible for her to fully see everything.
Sure.
From, like, a logical perspective.
I mean, we watched that with Brittany and Jax too, right? For a little bit.
100%.
Brittany, backing up Jax and going,
years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. True. I'm sad for Nia. I'm frustrated for Nia, but it's also like, and I think that Janet's like, Janet took it too far, and she's like, well, I'm still here. Because at some point, you are going to figure it out. She's not saying that, but
no, right.
She also she just, what's the word? She inferred it heavily.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here. If anything changes, if you ever do want to talk to me, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I do think that if Nia one day leaves Danny and she were to call Janet, I think Janet would ride so fucking hard for her.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I know.
Just like Janet and Jason did for Brittany.
Right.
Speaking of Brittany, I desperately want to know the timeline of this crab boil and then when she was having surgery.
Why, though?
Because you're not supposed to eat before surgery.
Did she eat?
Yeah.
I thought she said I wasn't going to eat.
She was showing them all how to eat the crab.
Oh, that's right.
And
she
break
did.
the crab legs apart.
She did break it. Okay.
I do love a crab boil, though. But also, no one knew what they were walking into. They're like, what the fuck? I guess this is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what the timeline was, but
mommy makeover. I don't know what I was thinking, because let's be honest, I know that I've seen a mommy makeover before, because that one teen mom, she got a mommy makeover.
Well, and the other 90 Day Fiance, Lauren, she got one.
Oh,
Lauren
I
and
didn't see
Alexi.
her get hers.
Oh, yeah.
Sexy Alexi.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I want a mommy makeover until I saw like how that looked so painful.
Oh, I know. And I know.
Dad doesn't listen to this podcast. And if he does, he's skipping over this part. Dad got liposuction. Did you know that?
Maybe I don't. I think I know that.
I was in high school.
Okay.
And it's one of the few times, especially up to that point, I think I had seen Dad cry twice. I watched Dad blow out his knee and rip his entire quad muscle.
Yeah.
And he didn't cry. I think he had cried when Grandpa died, but Grandpa hadn't died at that point yet.
Yeah.
So, like, I really think I had seen Dad cry maybe twice. And I was in high school. And when he blew out his knee, he then had to get surgery. And then while he was under, he had them do liposuction too. I might be getting this story timeline wrong. And maybe that didn't happen. But in my mind, that's what happened.
Don't care.
But one of the few times I had seen Dad cry was after he got liposuction. Because it, like, hurt so bad.
Wow.
When he was recovering from liposuction.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And then you gain it all back. Although he's lost it all. I don't know how much you've heard about Dad.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
He looks great. He said that Steve also has lost weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Steve said that he did to Dad. And Dad was really excited to tell Steve that he had actually lost more than Steve had.
Nice.
Dad is closer in weight to me than he is to Matt now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs to stop at some point. We're going to start looking like skeleton and unwell. We need to not do that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that stressed me out. And then Nia setting up like a meal train.
Oh, right.
For Brittany. See, this is where I'm like, maybe I'm a bad friend. But that's like also, and the part of me that like doesn't feel super
That's a church thing. I've done that 1,000 times. It's a church thing.
See, I feel weird about that. And I feel weird about asking for that. Cause I'm like, listen, you're a grown up. If you decide that you're going to go get yourself surgery, you fly your mom into town.
Yep.
And you organize all of that yourself. You don't get a meal train for your mommy. Maybe if you like had cancer or a baby, like those are the only other times that I feel like that's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
It felt, I was like, why are we all supporting her for an elective surgery?
Oh, that's harsh. Woo-wee.
Maybe. But also she was going to have to get those boobies out anyway. So she got some more done and then we all have to take care of her.
Oh my God.
It's nice that her friends want to, but I also was like,
holy crap.
I know.
Are you having a bad day already? What's going on?
Maybe I'm just mad at Brittany, and maybe I just don't have enough good friends. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Like, you don't get to ask everyone to take care of you.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I guess not.
Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, what does her son like to eat? And it's like, mommy makeover can feed her own son. Thank you.
Wow.
I know.
This is opposite. Usually what you're saying is the shit that I say. That's what I usually say. My God, what happened in the bathroom? You took a bathroom break about 30 minutes ago. You've come back a completely different person. What happened?
I think it's that I'm a little hungry.
Okay. All right.
I'm like, do you know what I really want to eat right now? And Matt was like, I will go get you whatever you want. And I was like, no, because I know that Costco is closed and what I really want is a Costco hot dog.
Okay. Text him and have him bring you something while we're in here, because I don't know that I can do another hour of this.
No, you like it. You like it when I mean one.
I do like it.
I know you do. Okay, we also need to talk about Kristen and Jasmine. I want to talk about Jasmine.
Yeah. Let's do.
I'm 100% on Team Jasmine.
I am too, and everybody keeps saying, or they kept on the show, they kept saying Jasmine was drunk, or Kristen was like, you're drunk. And Nia I didn't understand the whole bottle being upset at Jasmine because this $100 bottle of wine or something was like, Jasmine drank it all. Like, I didn't understand part.
So like, you know,
but they
Brittany
were upset
has wines
at her.
And they she grabbed a bottle of wine, not knowing what it is, and happened to grab the most expensive one. If you leave the expensive wine out,
right,
when you're having friends over, expect it to get open.
Right.
Also, like, what the fuck, Nia?
Right.
Like, why was Nia think that that's her place?
No, totally. That I didn't understand that. And then they completely shut her down outside. She had every right to feel all those feelings. I was so sad for her.
I was livid. It was
so
like
upset.
She wasn't there.
Right.
And she was like, what the fuck is happening? And it's like her talking didn't exist. And it's like all of this, the catalyst of all of this was something that happened to her, and no one gave a shit about where she was coming from.
Yep. Or asked or inquired or any of those things, and just told her to shut up. And I felt so bad for her. Oh my God. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
it's fucking weird to make her trauma the center of your like issues with people, and then not even acknowledge her in this conversation.
Yeah.
It's insane to me.
Yeah.
And I think her watching that happen, so then when Jason blows out his knee.
Yeah.
And her being like, listen, I don't like how you went about it, but maybe you did have my back in a way that I wasn't respecting.
Yep.
But I also think that Janet was partially doing the same thing that the other women were doing, which was decentering Jasmine from this traumatic event.
And making it about her. Yeah. Making it about Janet. Yes.
If I haven't said it before, I think we both agree. I think white women are a problem in this country.
Absolutely.
Like we are a problem. Then when Jasmine went and talked to Kristen about it, she came in so like careful.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I heard a real apology from Kristen.
Absolutely not. And she didn't even acknowledge, like say, you're right, I did do that. Nope. Not even a sorry. Nope. Just thank you for telling me. Bitch, that's not an apology. Thank you for telling me.
Didn't like that either.
No.
But I've been... I shouldn't say that. I've been the person that accepts the apology that doesn't really happen. And then afterwards you're like, the fuck. So I'm wondering if Jasmine's going to be like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, I hope so.
If she unravels.
Yeah. Okay.
I want her to blow up.
Me
because
too.
I think she has a right to.
Yes.
At this point. But like, there's the undercurrent of Jasmine doesn't like Michelle. Brittany doesn't like Nia.
Right.
And everything is starting to like...
Yes. Reveal itself.
Yes. Which that part of the show I am definitely enjoying.
Sure. Yes.
We didn't get enough. I have to talk about Michelle and Jesse.
And $300,000. Or even can we just start with the fact that, can we just start here where they're meeting in the coffee shop and she said, I just want to divorce you. And he says, well, there's no papers. What? She brings out the papers, but what? This is making me so angry. This is what's wrong with men. He makes her file for divorce. He makes her get the lawyer. He makes her get the paperwork. Mm-hmm. That's why there's no papers, Jesse, you fucktard, because you're making her do everything. Just like at home. Oh, I don't know the laundry needs to be done. Oh, I don't know the dishes need to be put away. Oh, I don't know the kids need to be fed. Fuck off. You're their father. You live in this house. You can do these things. This weaponized, incompetent shit that Jesse pulls with Michelle over and over and over again drives me insane. Insanity. And then making her pay $300,000 of a loan that he took out and didn't tell her.
I need someone to explain this. I need him to explain this loan. I need him to. I need to understand... There's nothing redeemable about Jesse other than he looks better in drag than most of the other men.
What?
In my opinion. What the fuck? Where did that money go?
Right.
Where is that money?
Mm-hmm.
Because he took out a business loan for that money, right?
Yes.
So if it's a business loan, there should be assets that happened, right?
Yes.
Where?
Right.
I mean, he's in real estate. Did he buy something? Where the fuck is it? He doesn't own a home.
Yep. You're right.
And for it to be too much of the lawyer to go, listen, you're going to spend just as much money to not pay this as just paying it.
Terrible. I've never heard anybody say that. She's a terrible lawyer if that's real. Never. In 22 years dealing with attorneys, I've never heard any of them say anything like that ever.
Well, because it's a whatever, California, just you split everything 50, fault. You split all the assets.
Yep.
And so she's like fucked. And she's like, I don't even care. And then he's defaulting on the loan.
Yeah.
That's like a reason for divorce. That $300,000 is why you get divorced.
Right.
And she found out after the fact. That scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
That's so terrifying. And she had no idea.
Yep.
And she's like, let's just, they walk out with their arms around each other.
I know. I know.
I'm pretty sure I would throw down at $500. And she's like, I'll pay $30,000 or $15,000 to get you out of default.
Yeah.
To not ruin both of us.
Has to be so beaten down to just give up. That's what I see. Is she's so beaten down by him and his incompetence and his constant, I'm not doing it. It's your fault. It's your fault. Constantly berating her. Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. I can't.
It was so confusing to me.
And she's been saying this for 3 seasons that he doesn't have any money. Can't pay the child's half of her insurance. He can't pay the rent on his house. And everybody's like, no, he's not. He has money, blah, blah, blah. And he freaks out and screams at her and says, don't say that stuff about me. She's been saying it for 3 years.
But now we have like actual numbers.
Right.
And it's only brought up more questions for me. I'm terrified of this for her. The fact that she's like, I'll deal with it. I'm concerned for her. And like,
yeah, like forensic accounting stuff, right? You go and find, maybe that's why their divorce is taking so long, is because she had a forensic accountant go and find all this shit that she's like, I didn't know that was there. What do I do? How do I fix it?
It made me sick to my stomach. Yeah. I was upset.
Yes. Yep.
So, and then we watched the trailer.
And then, right. And then I literally want to give up. I threw my phone across the room and I was like, I give up. I can't watch that.
Yeah. I think we take a little break.
I don't have the bandwidth, man.
Maybe we take a little break and we just watch Love Island. I was trying to explain I went out to dinner with my parents last night because it was everyone's birthday. And I was trying to explain that Love Island was coming back. And I was like, you guys don't understand. They're like, yeah, but like, how much of your time are you devoting to this? And I was like, you guys don't even...
all of it.
To the reality TV that I watch. And I was like, you don't even know. Love Island is coming back. They have an hour... It was an hour and a half some nights.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Episodes.
Yes. And there's like... they're back to back.
Every
it's like
day
Tuesday,
but
Wednesday.
Hump Day.
Right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. No. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Is that what it was?
And then the recaps were on Sunday.
For 3 months straight. The entire summer.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I can't. Yeah.
I am trying. I've already decided. I saw 2 seconds of a video and I skipped it because I'm going to try and avoid everything online about it and just watch the show clean.
No.
I know, but I feel like the online discourse made it so muddy last time.
Well, I don't read that. Yeah, I don't read that stuff. I like seeing who the cast is and then watching their little, that's it.
Well, someone just was like, oh, the cast just got announced.
Yeah.
And here's one girl and it's her dancing in front of Trump flags. And they're like, and everyone's already mad. They're already trying to like...
Yeah.
PR her, and I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
And apparently something else you're not going to want to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway, is apparently more than one of the men, we'll just say 2, are baby daddies, single fathers, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a whole discourse about it's not going to be the same reaction for them as it is for a woman going on a show, right? She's a bad mom who's watching the kids. Why would you leave them? Blah, 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 blah. But when it's a single dad, it's like, oh my God.
Oh,
here, praise Jesus. Do you want all this money? You're just the best person ever. You love your kid.
Oh, they're your reason?
They're your oh my God. This is so
great. You see
them
every other weekend?
Right. And so that's what's going to happen. People are saying that.
I won't say who, but we have someone in our family that had a kid out of wedlock, which I don't give a shit. And the kid's great. And we also have kids. And when we would all be together for some family, like a holiday or something, and then that guy shows up, but his child doesn't live with him, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, look at how much that child loves him. Mm-hmm. Oh, that kid loves their dad so much. Oh, look at, he brought a cookie. Such a good dad. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, Matt's there changing a diaper.
Yeah.
Like,
help me. Help me, Rhonda. What? Yeah, no.
It's like, why the fuck? Mm-hmm. The actual fuck? Okay.
Something to look forward to, Mama. Here we go.
I can't. I hate it. Okay, I'm not excited then. But there's other things I am excited. I'm excited to see Ariana. I'm excited to see the weird twist that they're going to have. Okay, here's my one request for this season.
Okay.
And I know they've already planned a lot of it, and it's too late for me to bring it up. But if I'm sure that we have enough clout that there's producers of Love Island listening to us, right?
Yeah.
I would love less food. Can we not have people spitting milk into each other's mouths?
Okay. Oh, for the challenges. I was like, you want to not let them eat? I don't mind watching them eat or cook food.
I just don't want them having to pass hot dogs back and forth.
No, I get that. You're right. And I forgot to also tell you, you should have seen this, but along with Ariana, Sierra is going to be there full time. So it's Ariana
full time?
Yep. Ariana and Sierra are there this year because of the whole Scamanda issue. So.
Okay. The Scamanda stuff sucks. Sierra is absolutely a wronged woman. I do not think it's equivalent to Sandoval. It's just too different, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I do put Sierra on everything. I would love to look at Sierra all the time.
Yeah. Well, Sierra and Amanda were bestest friends. Ariana and Raquel were just friends. I don't know. I feel like it's the same because they were like besties. Like, I will slice open my wrist and drain my blood for you, where Ariana and Raquel were not. They were just in the friend group. So I don't know. I think it's worse.
I don't know. Maybe.
And plus, West, like, at least Sandoval, I mean, can function a sentence once in a while. West can't. He can't. I'm convinced the man smells like cheese and feet. I'm convinced just by looking at his stupid face.
It is that hair. I'm not a fan of that hair.
No.
Any of the time I've seen him, I've always been like, oh, I don't like his hair. Yeah. I don't understand how he pulled Sierra.
100%.
Sierra's so beautiful. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she's smart.
Oh, yeah.
And she's successful.
Yes. Yep.
I don't know who she should end up with, but not him. Like,
my God, no. Please.
Like, he's too young, but like some sort of like, what's his name? Jacob or Oldie. What's his name? He was on Euphoria and he was in Wuthering Heights.
Oh, yeah. Elordi. Yes.
Elordi.
Yes.
I'm such an old lady. What's his name?
Jacob Elordi.
Fruit bat.
Yes.
True crime story time. Whispers in the dark. Truth leaves a mark. True crime story time.
Ugh. All right, so we also need to talk about, you had another good poll for true crime documentary. I guess it's a true crime, right? There's a court case involved.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody died. Nobody got murdered. I don't know if that's your
I'm going to be honest.
Qualifying.
So Keeley had us watch the new Hulu documentary, The Nightmare Upstairs. And I thought the dad died.
Oh, really?
I was like, he got murdered or he killed himself.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't show him until the end. And the mom, his mother, the grandmother.
Oh, yeah, is talking the whole time.
Everything in the past tense.
Yes. Yes.
He loved his children.
Yes.
He was so excited for her. Everything she says about him, she says in the past tense, which makes sense, but it also gives you the illusion. I thought he was dead.
That's amazing. I love that for you. That's like the wind whistling in one ear and out the other. Just, there we go. That's amazing to me.
Because I purposely avoided.
This is why we don't do this, ma'am. This is why. Don't do that.
Why I shouldn't be avoiding? Well, because I want to have like a clear opinion when I come in. The problem is I watched it today.
We talked about that, yeah. About your clear opinions.
The problem is that
your North Star is not very north.
No, it's not. Because I never watched anything about Casey Anthony, and all that was happening, my boys were little, so I didn't, I purposely blocked it out. I didn't have the bandwidth to process what happened. And so the first time I actually got any information, I didn't even know what had happened, was when I watched her Hulu thing, and I was like, poor Casey Anthony. And then everyone's like, you're a stupid bitch. I was like, oh, guess I got to get more info. So as far as I'm concerned, for this documentary, I watched it 6 hours ago. So I'm going out of this and I'm going, I don't know. And I literally, here's the deal. This is the part of the podcast where Keeley just tells me what to think.
Well, in my mind,
I
tell you what to think the entire podcast, but you fight me. It's like I'm holding you down and you're still struggling. I don't understand why you're struggling. No. Amanda's
not that bad.
Shut up. It's not like Sandoval at all. Well, come on. No, this is one of the ones that I don't remember watching anything on the news about. And that was another reason why I wanted to watch it, because I did see a lot of online videos about it, about even how good this documentary was, or even the story, how just intense this story was. And how there's really people picking sides in this story, like really drawing a line in the sand in the story. And I thought, okay. And I do the opposite of you. I watch everything I can so I can get an idea of what I'm walking into and think, okay, there's maybe another venue I can watch another documentary on, or there's a article written somewhere on Reddit about it that I can, obviously, because they're not going to say all of the things.
Right.
But this was about two siblings, a brother and a sister, that barricaded themselves in their room in their mother's house because they didn't want to have a supervised visit with their father. And that's really, and they live streamed that for 54 days. They were barricaded in this room for 54 days. I mean, they nailed planks 2x4s right up against these doors. And he cut a hole in the wall into the bathroom where he nailed the door shut so they could have a bathroom to go into. I mean, it was incredible. The brother's 16 at the time, and the daughter was she 10? I can't remember. Something like that. Anyway. And this was in Utah, and it was on TikTok this entire time. And at that point, I think it was 2022, maybe, when they did that. I wasn't on TikTok at that point, but they were streaming live 24 hours a day. Even while they were sleeping, people were watching to make sure no one got in this room while these children were sleeping. That's how invested thousands and thousands of people were. Yeah. And what it boils down to is, you had brought this up at the end of the podcast when we weren't recording, about parental alienation. And I had heard that term before, but not to this extent. And it's hard for me to believe that also about myself, because I actually worked child protection cases in the courthouse for 6 years, about 10 or so years ago. And I will tell you, the 6 years and the hundreds of cases that I did, I don't remember ever hearing that word, ever hearing a therapist, ever reading any document that parental alienation was an actual thing. But this therapist made me so angry. This woman therapist that they had for the children, want to light her on fire. Unbelievable. So the kids end up having an original therapist. Before all of this starts, mom and dad get divorced, right? And the kids are, I think, like 5 and 2 at the time, something like that. And right, they're going back and forth with visits, right? There's no courts involved. There's no CPS involved. Mom's just, this is your weekend, Dad. This is Dad's bringing him back to the mom, right? Everything is normal, right?
Sure.
Not anything. And then the daughter comes home after a couple years, I guess, and says and discloses to the mom that the dad is putting his fingers inside her bottom and inside her vagina when he puts cream on her. And the dad says, I just put Desitin on her because the mom is not changing her diapers and not changing her clothes.
Right.
And so there's a sexual abuse disclosure that comes out with the daughter. They investigate that. CPS comes in and finds substantiated findings, which means CPS believes the children, says there's chronic and severe abuse going on with the father. So then they have supervised visits with CPS, and they have a therapist, and they get a male therapist that is from the community of called BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse, which I deal with in my current court system right now. Like, as I sit here, we have had BACA come in for child abuse cases. So I was familiar with BACA. Anyway, so this therapist was for the son. And then the son says to the therapist, I'm having these nightmares about Dad. And then he discloses that the dad is touching his private parts in the shower and then coming in bed with him at night and sexually abusing him. They go to court and tell the judge, right, now the son has disclosed something. And we hear a little bit of the court proceeding. And this is what I was confused about because, again, I did this 6 years, every day, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week. Never, ever, ever. And I have memories of horrific child abuse cases that I'm not allowed to talk about. My judge never said, that therapist sucks. This therapist needs to come in. Never. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand how they said, you can't have this therapist anymore. It has to be this person. So now this female therapist comes in who now believes in parental alienation, that the mother is telling the children, she's implanting these memories into the kids. So these sexual abuse things are not happening. And the mom is lying to these kids and convinces these kids that the dad's abusing these children. This is the crutch of this entire thing, right? And the entire internet is like, the kids are lying, I believe the dad, or the dad's an abuser and I believe the kids, right?
Yeah.
My default is you always believe the children. I don't understand how you don't believe a child, especially that daughter being that young.
That little. So
that little.
When I was in first grade, my biological mom, and I don't remember any of this, to be totally honest with you. My biological mom coached me to say that my stepmom had done stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was in the first grade at the time, I think. Yeah. I don't remember, but it all fell apart immediately. And I was like, kind of, I don't know. I was kind of back and forth about it. That, what you just said is kind of where I'm at, where it's like, especially for the daughter, I just feel like it wouldn't hold up.
Right.
And this is kind of why I wanted to hear your perspective on it, because you had seen those things. And like, when the kid is saying this, they get questioned quite a bit. Like, there's a lot of stuff done. And then later on, I know you'll probably get to it. Like, the dad made me uncomfortable, but again, they're in Provo, Utah, and it like felt like some Danny
Yes.
Buco church shit, but sorry, keep going.
Well, anyway, and so the judge, I don't understand this judge down there. He says, you can't have that therapist. You have this female therapist. Female therapist comes in, believes the father, believes the mother is the instigator, doesn't believe the children at all. And so they have these, so the dad starts to videotape and record his visits with the kids because he's like, I'm not doing anything with, I'm just going to start recording all these visits now. And in one of the recordings, so the son is having a really hard time. He's 10 maybe at this point, 10 or 11 when he discloses, and 10 or 11 when they take his therapist away from him, give him this new woman that needs to burn in hell. And so the dad, he's having, the son's having trouble going to these visits with the dad. He doesn't want to go a lot of the times, goes sometimes, doesn't go other times. Finally, he goes and confronts his dad and says, you're doing these things to me. I'm not scared of you anymore. And the dad's like, no, I'm not. I'm not doing anything. Are you praying?
Have you prayed about this?
Have you prayed about this? So again, like I said, they are in Provo, Utah. The dad is brought up LDS. They are very religious. That community is very men heavy-handed, very men control the house, make the decisions. The men don't help with the kids. The men don't help with inside cleaning. They don't help with cooking. They don't help with shopping. The men go to work and the men come home and get serviced by their wives, and you deal with it. And you see little bits of this man being controlling, I think, with his new wife, with his ex-wife, with his children. But when he said, have you prayed about it? My stomach instantly dropped. I was like, yuck. Nope. No. I know exactly what's going on in that house. I know exactly what's going on in that house. Just because you're LDS, dude, does not make you not a pedophile or a child molester. Sorry. So, like you said, his mom is doing these interviews and is backing him up 1,000,000%. My son would never do that. My son loves his kids. My son's, never doesn't do that.
She said something weird.
Okay.
Because he gets remarried.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And his ex-wife, the mother of the two kids, it kind of gets used against her.
Yes.
They're like, she said he's a good dad.
Yes.
And it seemed like they had a good relationship. Even it wasn't their marriage wasn't good. Obviously they got divorced.
Yeah.
But they had like a amicable, co-parenting relationship is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
And then when he gets with his second wife, his mom's, did you catch what his mom said about her? That she was everything he wanted her to be.
Yes, I did.
And that, I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Everything he wanted her to be. And you're
ding,
like,
ding, ding.
What?
Yep. She can't be her own person. She has to be the person he needs her to be. He wants her to be. He controls her to be. And this new wife has 2 little girls. And so now there's 4 kids at the home. And they interview this dad. The police interview him, right? Ask him about these allegations. He's like, what do you mean? She said that. This is the Desitin that I put on her. I would never do that.
Also came with a printout of it, like a photo of it.
Yeah.
And weird. He was like, all of this is very easily. I did think
I wrote that down. Go ahead. Keep going.
He came in this is all very easily, cleared up. Like,
yes.
And then so what did you think of the, I don't know if it was the CPS or I don't remember exactly what her position was, but she was talking about, she's like, we are unbiased fact finders. That's my whole job. And so he was trying to talk about his ex-wife and how she likes to make things really difficult. And she's like, I'm not talking about anything to do with that. And he's like, well, here's the deal. That's important. That's what this is about.
Right.
And she's like, no, I'm just talking about what your daughter said. We're just talking about that. And he's like, well, did she say that? She's like, yeah, I spoke to her.
Yes, that's a red ding ding right there. The way he was speaking to that police officer,
it was
hugely
He was like, I'm going to explain to you how this is going to work.
Yeah. I wrote it down. Quote, if she being the ex-wife, the mother of the kids, if she would have talked to me about it, it would have been cleared up. What does that mean? Sir, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when he was speaking to the police about it, and then his new wife, Sandy, came in, I wrote down, even before we find out more, I wrote down she looked super uncomfortable. No, not going to be great anyway, right? Regardless, it's not going to be great to talk to the police. But she looked uncomfortable. She looked like
deer in the headlights.
Yes, like I don't know what to say. And I felt like she coached is not the right word, but like she didn't want to tell the truth almost. And I wasn't thinking, oh, she's going to say, he's molesting my kids too. But I felt like she was going to say he's really controlling in the house, right? Something that had to do with her is what I mean. And then you find out 2 weeks later, she goes back to the police and is like, he coached me. He told me to say, you are always in the room with me when I change her diaper and I put cream on her. You've never seen me do anything wrong. I don't touch my son. She said, he told me to say these things to you. And when that light bulb went off in her head, right, she is now divorcing him.
I mean, the thing, going back to his mom, talking about her.
Right.
She was like, oh, it's another woman that he's going to save. Because they just kept drilling down on the kid's mom and how she had a rough childhood.
Yes.
And so did the therapist who was the parent reunification therapist. So when she was like, oh, like he's going to save this other girl. He's going to fix her. And you're like, this mom is writing so hard for her son.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Who
he puts and then he puts cameras inside his home. Sir, why do you need to put cameras in your home? And so the second wife is like, I'm leaving, right? She has some friends come over and pack up her stuff. He gets an alert, goes home and confronts the shit out of her and is really mad at her. And
that sucked.
Yeah, it was just
that sucked. So she's like, I didn't take the good stuff. And I feel like you could definitely tell that she was scared.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So it just gets worse and worse and worse. So this therapist from hell then says, with those kids in that mother's house, they're never going to have a chance to be uninterrupted, I guess, with their dad. They need to have this reunification camp. I have never in my life heard of this so-called reunification forced camp for 90 days that they take you by force and keep you with this parent. People, again, 6 years I did this. I've never heard that. We don't have that in Idaho. This does not occur. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Utah. I don't know how many true crime documentaries we've talked about in fucking Utah, but the kids find out that they're going to have to do this reunification camp, not have any contact with their mother for 90 days and freak the fuck out. And this barricade happens. The mother didn't know the barricade was going to happen. The mother is trying, right? The police show up to take them. And thank God they didn't kick in the door, right? The police are
no, you can hear the police officer going like, listen,
I don't want to do this.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Just stay safe. Like he was very kind with the children.
Yeah.
But also those kids were prepped.
Yeah. Yep. They had brought food and a little hot plate and drinks and utensils, and
he set it up so he literally cut a wall in the closet to give access from the one bedroom he was in to get into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then barricaded the bathroom door from the hallway and the bedroom door from the hallway.
Yeah.
And then the mom was like, I think she said she would get them Subway sandwiches and smash them and
slide them under the door.
She's like, of course I wasn't going to let my kids starve. There are parts of it where like, I don't think that the mom handled it great, but also I think you go, if you believe your children, what are you going to do?
Right. Yes.
What do you do?
Right. Of course. And this court system failed this family miserably. Mm-hmm. This CPS reunification process has a timeline, ladies and gentlemen, a timeline. And I bring that up because it is so important that this fucking case drug out for 6 or 7 years. Years, people. CPS reunification at most are a year, are 12 months. You have to get special orders, special recompensation to extend it to 18 months, to a year and a half. You have to get special privilege to do that. There's a reason. There's a timeline. And we don't have kids in CPS for 6 fucking years and make their life miserable. This judge was a piece of shit in there. Even watching this trial, after the 54 days, right, he finally issues an order that says, I'm going to reevaluate this case. We're going to set it for trial, and we're going to just see what goes. And when I say set it for trial, it doesn't mean the man's going on trial for sexually abusing his kids. They set CPS cases for trial, meaning who's going to get custody, who's going to have their rights continued as a parent or terminated, right? Are these kids going to be adopted? Those are what's on trial, right? So to speak. And so it's kind of confusing. People don't really understand that part. I didn't understand that part when I started. Right. Yeah. So that's what this trial is for. They decide, right, is any of these parents' rights needs to be terminated? Do they keep it status quo and everybody has 50-50 custody? Are they going to keep visitation rights? Is it going to be full physical custody? He's not going to get to see the kids at all, blah, blah, blah. All of these myriad of different things. And we get to see, they videotaped this trial. It was uncomfortable, obviously, to say the least, to watch this trial. But this judge failed these children. He absolutely did not believe these children, and it was apparent. He did not like the mother. It was apparent. And he believed that the father did nothing wrong, which is not the role of the judge at all. That is not the role. In criminal cases, maybe the judge is going to say, hey, I believe that guy, and I don't believe that girl over there. We don't do that in CPS cases. The way he was speaking to the mother, it was just incredibly mean. Anyway, he was getting a lot of backlash, right, on social media. Also, calling for him to resign because he was treating the kids so poorly. They were having protests, right, in the city for these children.
It was that part of the court case where they had like the hearing where like people were coming up and being like, yes, this is why the reunification camps are terrible. Yes. And then there were also people who were like, yeah, but parental alienation is terrible.
Yes.
Ugh.
the CPS worker, I don't know if you had any questions about her. When she was getting questioned, because they did bring up the fact that, the mom's lawyer brought up the fact that CPS substantiated the claims that the children were making. And then the dad's lawyer got up and said, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, right? And she said, no, actually it does mean stuff, because then we take kids out of the home. But what that means is we believe the children based on these facts. And there are substantiated and unsubstantiated all the time, right? You could call on your neighbor because the kids are screaming and say, CPS, go over there and find out what's happening. And they knock and talk to everybody in the house and say, we had a referral for child abuse and we found unsubstantiated finding, meaning, right, there wasn't enough evidence that they feel that child abuse was occurring in whatever fashion, right, was happening. But you can have unsubstantiated referrals 10, 20, 30 times on the same family before they go back. But they also use that in these court cases going, see, we have this timeline. CPS was there 30 times or 20 times or 10 times. And they unsubstantiated, but they were there 30 times. Now they substantiated because, right, we saw a bruise or a cut or, feces on the floor, or, right, the parents weren't home, or whatever was happening, or drugs in the house, right?
Yeah.
But you use that for both sides, right? Even though it's unsubstantiated, you still can use that in your favor either way. But CPS is kind of an impartial person, right? They're there to do these fact-finding things, these missions, and then present it to the police and the prosecutor and say, yeah, you need to, what they call a child warrant, which is not arresting the children. It's just taking the child out of the home and putting them in foster care or, another family member instead of with that mother, father, or parents, right? But they were really beating her up about the fact that it doesn't really make any difference that you substantiated. No, actually it does. Just wanted to put that out there.
It feels like a huge deal. It feels like a huge deal in my mind as like a layman, because it's like, there are probably a lot of instances where like they can't substantiate it, but eventually there will be some sort of like, I mean, so one time my sister got CPS called to our house on my mom. It was unsubstantiated, but it was intense. My mom called me and she's like, CPS is coming. So we all need to be home and like, please pick up because we have an hour. Yeah. And then Henry, my son, once called the police on me.
Wow.
Or he put in I was verbally abusing him.
That's
because I told him he was being irresponsible and those words hurt him. And in his mind, words that hurt, verbal abuse, call the cops.
You verbally abuse me like on the daily, like through text messages.
Shut up. I'm so nice to you.
I'm so kidding. I'm joking.
Never.
No, but that's
you abuse anybody but
right.
Brittany.
But well, she deserves it though. But these poor children, right, for 6 years, that is unheard of. They would have to have special privileges somewhere from this fucking therapist that needs to burn in hell to continue this case for 6 years and put these children through this horrific situation in the court system that's not protecting them at all. And the boy, he turns 17 and wants to be emancipated. So he doesn't have to go to these visits with his dad. But the girl ends up going to these visits after the trial, and the judge found at the trial, the mother gets full custody. The father still gets supervised though. And the children were devastated. Rightfully so. So he tries to get emancipated and it doesn't really work out for him. He comes back home to his mom's house, but he never sees his dad again. He never goes to a visit again. She goes to a visit, Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. But then the dad finally petitions the court to terminate his parental rights after everything he put his children through. He could have done that 6 years before. I do not feel sorry for this dad. Those crocodile tears are horse shit. I didn't believe anything he said. He could have done that 6 years ago and said, I don't want to put my kids through this. I'll terminate my rights. Maybe someday they'll talk to me again. And the fucker couldn't do it. He put him through hell for 6 years.
I found that so confusing because he's like, listen, I fought. And then he and his mom both reference, or maybe it was the CPS worker, reference Solomon.
Yes.
King Solomon. And they're like, oh, you don't want to cut the baby in half because you just, like, I'll let the baby go so it can live. And that's what they're like. He's like the mom in that or whatever. And I was like, but you did this for years. And like, what is the catalyst of being done with this finally? Like, what is, and if it's like some of the visits with your daughter were good.
Why? Right.
Why would you not continue to have the 100%. Visits with your daughter?
It's very fishy and sketchy.
Is it financial? Because the grandma was like, I'll pay for it forever. But
100%.
Is he not working? Like,
and then she's like, oh, he can't work. He can't possibly go get a job. Fuck off. He can't get a job, ma'am. Ugh. Stop it.
Grandma's too involved.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. But no, that made me so angry. And that's what kind of pisses me off about Hulu is that they want you to feel sorry for this piece of shit. He's a piece of shit, everybody. Do not feel sorry for him. He did it for his own narcissistic intentions. That's it. He didn't care about his kids. He didn't care about his ex-wife, the mother of his kids. He didn't give one shit for them. It was all about him. It was all very greedy.
Okay, so now I kind of had some feelings, but I was like, I don't know. And then right now, here's my other thing is we also hold the mom to a standard where she has to handle everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't handle everything perfectly, then it doesn't count. Nia Danny.
Yeah. Right.
The fact that first of all, I'm going to immediately excuse it because we know that she already said, I'm going to be paying these legal bills for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
She's on TikTok being like, look at this cute little flannel thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Because she had to pay some fucking bills.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's an opportunity and she saw it. And she's very pretty. So why not? But it also, like, that makes her look bad to the judge.
It did, which it shouldn't, because she was doing everything she could to take care of her kids. Where the judge was supposed to be doing that, you piece of shit, and he wasn't. Where now the community, the village, so to speak, was rallying behind her and her kids going, we believe you. We want to help you. What can we do for you? We're going to organize these protests. We're going to stand outside the courthouse. We're going to do all of these things. Of course, she's going to reach out to that community that is behind her and giving her support where nobody was supporting her. Nobody. They took the one therapist away that was supporting her, gave her this piece of shit therapist and a piece of shit judge, right? And her poor lawyer was like, I'm trying to do everything I can, trying to help her through this 6-year process that the dad put them through. I'm telling you how to feel. Do not feel bad for this dad at all. Whether he did it or not, we can take that out of the situation. You don't even have to believe whether he sexually abused his kids or not. That man is a control freak and a piece of shit. And so, no, I did not believe I'm so sad and I'm just letting my kids go and I'm doing this for them. Okay, well, now your kid's 18 and your other kid is 16, right? After what? What do you mean? I don't want to take away their childhood. Fucker, you did.
It's too late.
That's exactly what you did. You took away their childhood. They had to put it on social media just to get support. I mean, no. Super frustrating.
And he didn't really participate in this whole thing either.
Oh, the documentary, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Of course not. Of course not.
So I don't know. It did make me like the fact that these things exist, and I am on so much of TikTok that like I don't participate in. So like I mentioned, like co-parent. I'm happily married. My husband and I are great. We co-parent pretty well. We don't co-parent. We are parents in the same house as a team. That's not the word, but like we do this together.
Yeah.
So like I'm on co-parenting TikTok. I'm on divorce TikTok. I love myself some Billy Terrazio. But I have been getting a lot of this parental alienation stuff. Dr. Phil keeps popping up, and I'm not a fan of Dr. Phil, but I do get sucked in because I'm like, what is this crazy lady doing? But the parental alienation thing, it just seems like, how do you don't get to, I don't know how the court says that we're forcing this relationship.
Right. You don't.
That part seems insane to me.
You don't.
And there's no such thing. If there's something going on with like full blown, let's say that it's a valid parental alienation thing. How do you can't negate it. Like you can't, there's no way to moderate it.
Nope. Yep.
It's then as the judge, you have to just pick a parent that you're siding with.
Yeah.
Right.
And he did, for
and
sure.
I don't think that's allowed.
No.
This guy fucked it up because
Yeah.
he was like, well, you're still going to see it. I don't know.
No. And here's the thing that I had a really hard time learning in CP court was these horrific child abuse cases, child neglect cases, where my judge would order these supervised visits where the children would come to court and were old enough to go, I don't want to go. I'm not going to go. You can't make me go. And she would say, your visit is Thursday. I will see you on Monday and tell me how it went. And I would get so angry at my judge, and we would have to, we actually went into the restroom because we couldn't talk in our office because I was so upset at her and I was so emotional. And I said, please explain to me why. I need to know, not on a specific, like this case, why. I need to know on a surface level, what the fuck and why. She said, my job is to attempt this reunification. And she used the word attempt. She said, I set these dates and say every Thursday or once a month or whatever the schedule is. I set this schedule for this reunification. That's by law that I have to do that. And I'll get to that in a minute. I set these reunifications visits. And when the parent fails, and parents fail in a myriad of ways, not showing up, not treating their kids correctly in the visits, whatever, doing something, taking the kids out, right? Whatever, not being alone with the kids, all of these, the parents fail at this reunification. Then she said, I have this timeline and I have this checklist of you failed X amount of times, you failed X amount of dates. We set the case for a trial, and then I can take their children from them. Then I can terminate their rights, which is what we all want because these people cannot be parents. They shouldn't be parents. They're going to prison, whatever the situation is. She goes, but by law, I have to have this timeline so these parents can fail, and I have it documented that they failed. And then, right, and I said, but you're just using the child as bait, right? The child is the person that's being used. And she said, you're right. You're not wrong. You're right. But this is how it works. And so when I understood that, I wasn't so upset because I knew each parent that would fail. And I knew each court date that I would go, she's taking your kids because you failed every single time. And I was okay, right? Because I knew these kids would now be safe. These kids were safe in the interim, right? In foster care or adoptive, pre-adoptive care or in another family member's care, right? But for that hour once a month or once a week, right, they did have to have that re-traumatization with their parent that was going to fail. And so that is why they have to have these reunification processes. And I will tell you, she also told me, do you know where CPS started? Do you know when and how? Do you know the backstory? And I said, no, absolutely don't. She said, I'll tell you. This is why we have a timeline. This is why I do what I have to do. She said, I don't remember the exact date, but in the 60s, the 1960s. And I don't remember the state that it occurred in. But there was a neighborhood that was predominantly white. And a white single mother moved into a home without a father and had a black child. So obviously the dad of this child was black. The child was black and the mother was white. In the 60s, right, we are still very racially hot in the 60s. We were also very gender specific in why don't you have a boyfriend and every woman should be married and all of these things. This neighborhood called the police on this woman and said, there is a single white woman here with a black baby. You need to come take this baby from her. The police took this child from this mother. No reasoning, no telling her first, no nothing. Because the neighbors called and said, she's white, that baby's black, we don't like it, take them away. And they did. They took this child from this mother for no reason, nothing. She had nothing. She had said, why? I'm not abusing the kid. He has food. He has a home. He has education. What do you mean? Why are you taking my child? They took the child based on race and based on gender. They passed a law saying you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to have a reason and you have to have a timeline, a reasonable timeline to put that child back in that home with those parents. This is why we have CPS to this day, because they took a black child away from a white woman because they didn't like it, because white people didn't like it. That is an incredible, disgusting story. That is this history of why we have CPS cases and why there's this reunification, why there's a timeline, why these judges have to do what they have to do, because parents actually have rights, whether they've done these terrible things to their children. And let me tell you, I have seen unspeakable things and they still got to see their kids, right? But at a cost, right? They're re-traumatizing their children and they're going to prison and getting their rights terminated. So it's just but again, it's very complicated. And again, I have never seen, and I worked on a floor with 10 judges that did CPS cases and worked with many of them on the bench. I've never seen a judge do what this man did for 6 years and traumatize these children. Just disgusting. So it was very hard for me to watch this show, but it was, I was glad this guy terminated his rights and is now not in these children. Again, taking out this sexual abuse allegation, he's not near his kids to cause any more damage emotionally, or verbally for these kids anymore. So, and thank God this mom was there, right? She could have been terrible too and fallen apart and let him do whatever, right? All of these things. So, but.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Well, I'm interested to see like what ends up happening long term with that like reunification camp.
My God.
Thing. Because there were a lot of people that are like, this is horrific.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Not going to do it. So,
anyway.
Well, all right. Looking back, at least we have Love Island next week. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see Ariana again with her long dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I didn't know that Sierra. She's gonna be
there.
I didn't know that she was gonna be there.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
I know.
And
you have to watch the reunion. I really want you to watch it. We don't have to talk about it on the podcast if you don't want to, but
no, I'll watch it and then we can do our we can do our little catch ups with it.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. So good. And we'll take a little break from the valley,
Thank God. Cleanse ourselves. Get some crystals out.
The valley concentrated.
Right.
The valley concentrate. I mean, we got through 2 episodes pretty quickly. All right. We'll figure out when this is going to come out. Happy Friday. Thanks for doing a podcast with me.
I love you.
I love you. This is so good.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and we will see you, hear you. No, we won't. You'll hear us next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.